The Cowboys have an issue. They are extremely bipolar. You never know what to expect from this team, except playoff losses. Now, as a former Cowboys fan, I've been aware of our problem for years. Any given night, we can make good teams look bad and bad teams look good. When you combine that with playoff losses and never-ending slander, I decided to leave the Cowboys. But this season, I thought would be different. I was very wrong. They started with high expectations as always, but in Week 1 in Cleveland, they delivered a great win. The offense didn't do much, but they didn't have to. The defense intercepting Deshaun Watson twice and Micah Parsons wreaking havoc in the backfield in a 33-17 win. Now, after this game, a lot of people started to go back on their word and make excuses for the Browns, trying to backpedal on their own predictions. But this would change very soon. Week 2, the Saints came to town, and Dallas had won 16 straight regular season home games, so nobody was stressed. And fans were already looking on to the next week against the Baltimore Ravens. But while they were worried about the coming week, they should have been worried about the current week, as 3 Saints drives end up in 21 points, and it looked like the Cowboys' defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. But then it got worse. An interception from Dak led to even more Saints points, and at halftime the score was 35-16. In the second half, the Saints' offense would slow down, but it wouldn't matter, as the Cowboys would only score 3 more points. An incredibly embarrassing game for the Cowboys had them realizing what was next to come. Stephen A. Smith's rant. No, but really, what was actually next? The Baltimore Ravens. Granted, this game was at home, but you saw what happened last week. So many Cowboys fans came in with very low hopes, and it started how they expected. A pair of Ravens touchdowns would make the score 14-3, then another 2 from Rashad Bateman and Derrick Henry would make it 28-6, going into the fourth quarter. But then the Cowboys got going. A Dak rushing touchdown cuts the lead to only 2 scores, and shortly after, Dak finds Jalen Tolbert for another touchdown. So now they've cut the lead to 10, and the fans are starting to focus to see if the Cowboys could pull this off. 4 minutes later, Dak would find Cavante Turpin in pay dirt, and an Aubrey extra point cuts the lead to 3. But when the Cowboys need their defense most, like always, they disappear. They failed to stop Baltimore on many second and third downs, and this Lamar Jackson run would seal it. The worst and most Cowboys thing about this whole game was if instead of going for 2-point conversions and failing every time, if they kicked the extra points, this game would have gone to overtime. I don't know what this team's future will look like, and frankly, I don't care anymore. I just wish my childhood team that I've loved all my life would stop making me hate them.